report on. It's a way and a means for us to connect and, take a, life is crazy. Life is a journey that sometimes takes you across the world, like we're about to find out. And, in your journey, sometimes you got to stop and pump the brakes and, reassess where you're at before you know where you're going. And today I have a blast from the past. A blast from 25 years to be exact. And it's funny. I have before I introduce you properly. I just want to say that I have a colleague of mine. I love her. She's a good person, and she's from Iran.
Hmm.
And she speaks Farsi. She speaks Urdu, or is it Urdu or Urdu? I think it's
Yeah, it's Urdu.
Urdu. She speaks Urdu and she speaks Arabic, of course. And she I was telling her my middle name the other day because my middle name is Bashir. I don't know if you know
Hmm.
that. My
Nah, I
middle
didn't know that.
Yeah, my middle name is Bashir, and Bashir means bringer of light or bringer of good news.
Uh-huh.
And so we were talking about that and the meaning of it in the Quran. Are you before I even assume, are you an actual practicing or culturally Muslim, or are you agnostic? Are you
Yeah, yeah, I'm a Muslim. I'm a
a Muslim?
Muslim.
Okay, so you should know that in Arabic, then Bashir means bring up good news or positive announcements. And then she was telling me, I told her about you, and she was like, "Oh, Shamoon." She's like, "Well, Shamoon," and the way so how she pronounce it, it means like he has heard or God has heard. And she was telling me the origins of your name, and your name to introduce you is Shmoon. So shout out to
Hmm.
you. Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No problem, brother. So, as I was talking to my colleague, and she was telling me all the beautiful insight about the different meanings of certain names, and I'm always interested and fascinated by culturally what our brothers and sisters from the Middle East, what their culture is, what they represent, the different multifaceted styles of folks back in the Middle East, and because I have friends who are Bengali, who are Iranian, Iraqi. My boy Wakas, shout out to you, Wakas. He's from Pakistan,
Hmm.
and I've always enjoyed learning from folks from over there because I feel like it is a culture or sect of people, which of course I'm throwing a blanket statement because obviously there's no monolith. People are different, but it's always undertold and underrepresented of
Yes,
how
sir.
of how diverse you guys are, um, and how unique you guys are. So, not and by the way, I'm not going to have you just to give a blanket statement about culture. So you are an individual of your own. So we're going to get to nitty gritty about you as an individual. But I also wanted just to let people know one of the reasons why I'm having you on is because I appreciate just off a jump you as a person, and also you as a culture. So I'm glad to have you on. But like I mentioned, I haven't seen you in 25 years.
Yeah, it's been
So
a long time.
it's been a long time, a long time. So and first and foremost, shout out to you for doing this because right now it's like what five? No, it's six oh
Yeah, it's
one where
6
you at.
p.
It's
6
six
p.m.
p.m. where you at right now. You're in Pakistan, right?
Yes, sir.
What city are you in?
I'm in Lahore.
Lahore. So where's Lahore?
Lahore is a little bit, you could say it's like in the middle of Pakistan.
Okay.
Karachi would be down south by the ocean,
Mm.
and the capital, Islamabad, is up north.
Up north. Okay. 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 Yo, before we get into it, I want to say it was a year or two, or maybe recently in the last few years. I know out there y'all been having some crazy floods. Am I mistaken?
Yeah, I think the floods were happening in Balochistan. That is, I think, up north. No, 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 that's actually down south, actually, a little bit. Crazy floods going on over there. And naturally, it's a third world country, so the infrastructure is not, it's not like how it is in the States,
Mm.
obviously. And obviously, there are different parts of, you know, like you could say like where I live, it doesn't flood where I live.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it doesn't flood where I live, but yes, if we do get a lot of rain, then you probably get maybe like 12 inches, 10 inches of water. Then I just wouldn't take out the car and we just
Mm,
chill at home.
hmm Yeah, I know very little about the climate, terrain, and just overall weather out there. All I know is that like when I first met my boy Wakas about 20 years ago in like '04, he had to go to a wedding out there,
Oh yeah?
and he was like, "Yo," it was like January, and he was like, "Yo." I got off the plane. It was like 119 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. It gets really hot. It gets really hot out here though.
It does, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and mind you, as we speak, it's 8:01, 8:02 a.m. here in New York, and it's like 12 degrees out here. So I don't think you'd want to experience that anymore, even though it
Yeah.
doesn't. But yeah, but yeah. So through my boy Wakash, I would always just inquire and ask questions about Pakistan, and like I said last year, I heard about the floods. I felt bad because I heard it was really bad out there. The floods.
Yeah, yeah. It gets bad. It gets bad, no doubt. Even in the heat, there's like a heat wave warning, and the people who work outside, the labor workers who work in direct sunlight, it gets difficult for them, and yeah, it gets crazy.
Ah, man, that sucks. That sucks. So my thoughts and prayers go out to anybody over there who was affected by the flooding of the last few years, and I pray to God that they weather the storm literally. Um, but let me ask you. I mean, let's go back though. Let's go back in time because you've been there for the last 25 years.
Yeah,
But were you born in the states? Were you born in New
yeah, yeah.
York?
I was born in Brooklyn.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So tell me that journey then. So you're born in Brooklyn.
yeah. I was born in Brooklyn. I think we lived in Brooklyn for maybe I think 3 or 4 years, and
Mm-hmm.
then we moved upstate to Chestnut Ridge.
To Chestnut. So you moved from Brooklyn to Rockland,
Yeah, we moved to Chestnut Ridge.
Chestnut Ridge.
Lived there for I don't remember exactly how long. And then we moved to New Hempstead,
Ah, okay, okay, okay. To New Hampshire,
Spring Valley, you could
so Spring
say.
Valley, yeah, Spring Valley, right, right. So okay, okay. So because my introduction to you was through Valley and through school, and
Yep.
um and I always remember you as a fun, loving, good energy, uh, smart, intelligent, damn near brainiac.
I don't think I
First,
was that smart though.
you don't think you're that smart? Nah, I'll give you
No,
that.
no, no.
What's messed up? You know what's messed up? It's the thing where like all Asians are all Asians or Middle Eastern folks. They're credited as being naturally smart, intelligent
Yeah.
people. Even though you have just as much right to be slackers if you want, or to. But it's that Harold and Kumar situation where like
Yep.
there's expectations of you to like be one way. It's like, dude, I get high. I chase chicks, whatever, same as you. So, but do you get that? Do you get like a preconceived notion, or at least when you were back home in New York, did you get a preconceived
Yeah,
notion of?
my parents wanted me to become a doctor, and I still remember my mom promised me, she's like, if you become a doctor, I'll get you a Lamborghini. I still remember that, and I never pushed towards that. I just never liked studying, to be honest, and I still don't. I don't like reading, unfortunately, and
not even
uh,
not even for leisure, not even for
no,
leisure.
no, not at all. Even though I'm into cars, I love cars, but I'll watch something, I'll listen to something, I won't read anything.
Ah, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. Reading is
Yeah.
reading is weird. Like, I mean, I used to feel that way when I was like maybe in my teenage years and middle school. But I remember my dad got me a book. I want to say either late middle school or high school, but he got me a book about this like dude out in Boston who was like it was like a biography, I think,
Uh huh.
or he was like a serial killer. He was like some butcher or slasher, and he was like, "Here, read this." And once I read that, I was like, oh, "All right," because it was a page turner, the content inside. So little by little, I started to read. But I get it. I get it. Reading is either it takes you or it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Uh,
Yeah.
so I get it. I get it. But as I got older, I started reading more like John Grisham novels. He's the guy who made all those. later on movies like A Time to Kill and
Uh huh.
The Client, stuff like that. So it's like courtroom drama and like espionage. So those kind of books kind of like took to me. But if you try to get me to read like a nonfiction book about like satellites or chemicals, forget it. Like forget it. I'm not reading a book about Donald Rumsfeld. I'm sorry.
I think the only book I remember reading was it was a book about Honus Wagner. He was a baseball player. I mean, that's the only book I remember reading, and I should have it in my house. So when I was telling my mom, like, the stuff that we brought from America to Pakistan, I just can't find that book anywhere. And I tried to search for it online if I could buy it, just to read it again, because that's the only book I remember reading.
Yeah,
I read
really.
it from beginning to end. Yeah.
I wonder what that book took to you.
To be honest, I mean, I don't even remember the book that much, but I know that I actually liked reading that one specific book.
So at the time, you remember the feeling of it, like, oh, this
Yeah. We
you
used
know,
to have in school the Scholastic Book Fair.
of course.
I think that's where I got it from. I think that's where
Ah,
I got it from. Yeah.
wow, wow. It's funny. You mentioned that book that you can't find anymore. There's a lot of media today that you cannot find anymore. Like,
Yep.
so like, because obviously me and you, we come from an era where like you had to buy physical print, physical video games, physical CDs and music.
Everything was physical that
Uh,
time.
Yeah, and nowadays there's actual like content like that's not mass produced anymore. So if you didn't buy it anymore and it's not on a streaming service or not available to download, you might be screwed. Like you know what I'm saying?
I've tried to search for it online. I could not find it anywhere.
Damn, damn, and that's the drawback I would say
Yep.
of the digital world. You know what I'm saying? And I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Oh, so you left in 2000. You're saying you left New
Yeah.
York. Okay, so you left in 2000. So I don't know if you were in Ramapo High School for this. I
I
remember
was I left in the freshman center. I
you
left
left
in
at the
eighth grade.
fresh. You left at the freshman. Oh, so you didn't go. You didn't get a chance to go to the freshman center.
No, no, no. I went to the freshman center. I didn't get to go to high school.
To 10th grade. Okay, because
Yeah.
I remember you being in class with me in freshman center. So I was like, I know he was at freshman center. I know he was there, and I bring that up. I bring that up because I remember it had to be 10th grade at the big campus. But I remember one day I ran to an old classmate. I don't know if you remember Jason Sunwoo.
Yeah, yeah, I remember Jason Sundu.
Okay, so I ran to Jason Sunwoo, and this is like Dreamcast, Sega
Yeah,
Dreamcast
yeah, I
era,
remember.
and he one day like came up to me, he's like, "Yo, look what I got," and he showed me like all these burnt copies of like Dreamcast games, and the one part of me was like, this is like 10th grade, you're like 15 years old, so there's a part of me that's like, wow, like all these games he has, I could just buy off of him, cool. But then a part of me was like, and this is like 25 years ago, a part of me was like, it's not going to go well. It's not going to go well in the long run because like gaming systems are like what $300 and if not more, and
Yeah, I
I'm like,
remember that time. N64 cartridge. I think I got Mario for like $90. This
no
was
kidding.
way back in the day, way back from Toys R Us. I remember you get the ticket from Toys R Us, you pay for the ticket, and then you go to the counter to collect the game. This is at the Toys R Us on Route 59.
Yes, on 59. Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
You're right, and yes, you need the ticket first because that's how valuable they were. Get the ticket
yeah,
first and take your ass to the line, and then wow. So yeah, to your point, when I saw him with all those like allegedly, by the way, allegedly, but when I allegedly saw him with all those burnt copies of like different like Dreamcast games, I'm like, this is not going to end well for Dreamcast. You know what I'm saying? And then it was like a foretelling for like the future of like just burnt media in general and just the piracy, which
yeah,
which like I said, I feel two ways about piracy. On one hand, I feel like, hey man, like these companies sometimes they overcharge for certain products anyway. So it's like, you have to deal with the backlash of that, with the accessibility of that.
hmm
But at the same time, I was like, damn, like you do need a functioning, a functioning at least product out there to keep the industry going. Because if not, you may have no more product to purchase or to have. So I felt two ways about it. But I remember that was a glaring sign that like times are changing when it comes to media. And to your point, you can't find that book today. Listen, this past year in theaters, there was a sequel for 28 Days Later. It was like 28 Years Later, I think it was called.
Hmm.
And so to gear up for 28 years later, I wanted to like watch the first one, 28 weeks, 28 days later. And up until this year, you could not find that. You could not find that movie on any service because, or even to purchase, and because there was a fight between the studios as far as the film and there was like some legal jargon going on with the film, so like it was not available to purchase at all to even view.
Wow.
And I was like, this is an example of how the internet can work against you, where you should have bought the physical media to watch it because now you can't
Yep.
view it years later. But then they fixed it for the sequel. They fixed it. But yeah, I mean, wow. So you left the ninth grade. So you were in New Hampstead from Brooklyn, and then you went to school here in Rockland, elementary and junior high.
Yep.
Um, you said your mom would have got you a Lamborghini. Let me ask you a question:
Yeah.
Is your mom rolling the dough like that? was was like
I
that was like that grand coming up?
Yeah, I think life was really good, man. At that time, my dad he owned a couple of pharmacies, one in the Bronx, two in the Bronx, one in Brooklyn. We He also owned New York City medallions, the yellow cabs.
Oh,
Yeah, we
really?
had those. Yeah, so
Also,
my dad,
how long were your parents in the states before you were born?
my dad lived in New York. He left Pakistan when he was like 17.
So he was. Oh, wow, really?
So he's lived in New York for like around 44 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I would
yeah.
assume so, for him to own a medallion, or 'cause medallions are not cheap, bro.
I mean, back then they were really expensive. I think the last high price I remember was 1.3 million a piece. But now, since when Uber came and we were in Pakistan, and I guess we just weren't up to date, and it just killed the whole taxi scene in New York City.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, that is true. That is true. But yes, to your point, because my homegirl, she's Moroccan, and her father drove cab all his life here. Once he came to the states, and I remember she said like, yeah, it used to cost like 1.3, 1.2 million dollars for a
Yeah,
medallion.
just for the license, basically.
Just for but my thing is like, how do you accrue that? You just get a loan? I don't understand how you even.
As in, from what I remember, my dad, he at one point he had like around 20 medallions, but when he bought them, it was like 10, 12, 15,000 a piece. So
Wow,
with time, it just
it just
the price
accrues.
just yeah just
Wow.
kept going up. And I remember at a point then because we had so many taxis, and instead of us going and taking it to a workshop to get work done on the taxi, then he just opened up his own workshop where we'd fix our own taxis and obviously get to fix other people's cars too.
He was a hustler. He was a smart man.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Are your parents still with us? Are your
Yeah,
parents still
yeah, yeah,
good?
yeah. My
Good, good.
dad, my mom and dad, they're both here.
God bless.
Uh, yeah,
Hell yeah! Wow. So he came at 17 years old. He hustled. He grinded. He got his medallions. Got his shops. That's that. Shout out. Salute to him. Salute to
yeah.
him for having the foresight and the wherewithal to
Yeah,
hustle and grind.
I still think the when he told me his first job when he came to the States was a welding job.
Mm.
So I guess he started from there. Then he opened up a deli, you know. Then he just told me stories of back then how it was. He'd have to keep a security dog, a German Shepherd, because people would come in and steal.
No kidding.
Uh, I don't remember what part of the city it was in though, to be honest.
Mm.
But I remember going to the pharmacies though. I remember going to the pharmacies, the one in the Bronx. I remember that.
Mm.
Uh,
I'm in the Bronx now. I've been here for like since 2013. Nah,
oh
2013.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in the Bronx now. Wow, wow. Next time you speak to him, ask him what part of the Bronx was his spot in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I lived in Southern Boulevard. I lived in Pelham Parkway. Now I'm in Cobb City. Um, but yeah, man, that's great, man. That's great. Like I'm very impressed that he had the, like I said, the foresight and the hustle to do that, to do that, because obviously laid the groundwork to support his family, to support you, and it was all for the better. So salute to him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so he's grinding. He's here since 17 years old. He's grinding. What about your mom? Was she already here, or was
No,
she?
she. No, my mom got married to my dad when she was like 18 or 19, I think, and they had me, I think a year after.
Oh, so your parents were young parents.
Yeah, my dad right now he's like 77. My mom is probably like around 54, 55, I think.
Ah, okay.
So
Oh,
there
so
is an age gap.
she's young.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh man, God bless her.
yeah. Yeah.
God bless her. She's young. Okay, cool. That's what's up. All right. So you guys, so they made a home here in New York, and they had just you, or you had siblings?
I have three younger sisters. All three are in the States. One's in LA and two are in Naples in Florida.
Oh. So
Yeah.
okay, so they so what they so would you say that they came with you to finish school in Pakistan, and then they came back
Yeah,
to the
basically we all moved. We sold the house, and we moved to Pakistan, all of us. And uh, basically, being Pakistani, it's like a little bit different. Where you could say the reason why I'm still here is because I'm the only son, and I don't want to leave my parents alone. So basically, for as in the Pakistani tradition, how we think is that our parents are there for us when we're young, and we should be there for our parents when they're old. So they take
mm,
care of us when we're young, and we're supposed to take care of them when they're old.
the sense of duty there.
Yeah.
I
So
respect that.
being the only son, that is, I guess you could say, the main reason why I'm still sitting here and I'm not back in the States.
Do you find that on a personal level? Do you find that to be restrictive? Do you mind it? Do you embrace it?
Yeah, it's basically when I moved here, it was really difficult. I mean, adjusting. When I came here and I had to join school, I had no idea that I'd have to take an admission test.
Really?
Now, yeah, when I came here, there were only two American schools, so meaning that they had an actual American high school system where their teachers were from America, the
Mm,
principal was from America,
mm,
and the best school that's in Lahore, it's a Lahore American school, and I went there for the test, and I had no idea. I've never given an admission test. I had no idea what that was,
mm,
and I failed the test, so I didn't get
mm,
into that school.
mm,
And then they recommended us to a different school, and then I went there. My dad even tried to talk to the principal that we can give some donation or something, because I was like, I want to be in that school
mm,
because that school was like at that time it was the best of the best, and I remember like you'd have foreigners there. Like when I was in that school giving the test, I felt like I was in America. Like you can get Reese's Pieces at for lunch. You could buy American chocolates. The books were all from America. The teachers were all foreigners. It was good. They had a beautiful basketball court, legit
mm.
basketball court, and yeah, but then I went to a different school, Scarsdale International School. Then I went there, joined there in the ninth grade, and graduated from there.
Mm.
Yeah,
Interested. Interested. I I'm wondering the culture shock of it all, because
big culture shock. Big culture shock.
I mean you're in ninth grade. You're in New York. You're in ninth grade, and was it a gradual thing that your parents told you, "Hey, get ready, we're gonna move soon, or we're gonna move this fall or this spring or whatever"?
No, no, it was just that we're leaving. We're gonna go. We put the house up for sale, sold the house. We packed up all the stuff. We got a container to the house, filled up the container with stuff, sent that container out by ship, and we just bought one-way tickets and we left. And I was a kid. I was excited for the whole adventure, but with time, I realized that it was it was very difficult. Like that was I just never liked it here because everybody was so different here. Uh, I
Different
wasn't.
how?
Oh, different how. Now, obviously, when I came here, we moved. Obviously, we didn't have a house right away, so we moved in with our dad's friend for like I think 2, 3 weeks or a month until
Hmm.
we got our own house on rent. and uh, then after that we made our own house, and then I started school, and then I still remember when I started school, one of my boys, Fizan, he was from Texas, so he was born in Texas. He lived there for maybe I think 10, 12 years, and he moved out to Pakistan. So because of him, school was it was pretty good because I got to relate. This boy's from Texas, he's from America, facing the same problems as me,
Right, right.
and we got chit chat. I still talk to him till date. A really good friend of mine.
Good, good.
Uh, but it was very difficult, man. The whole system, the way of life here, it's very different. In America, you do everything yourself. There's no help as such, because cost of living here is very it's not that expensive, you could say,
Really.
compared to the states. And It's just that the overall lifestyle was really different. When we went to my dad's friend's house, they had house staff, so there was a cook, there was a
Mm,
cleaning lady, there was a driver, and I wasn't used to that type of stuff. And obviously, with time, slowly, gradually, I got used to it. I really wanted to go back. I actually failed ninth grade, thinking that maybe my dad would send me back, but he didn't, and I had to repeat ninth grade again.
mm.
Sorry, not ninth. It was tenth
Tenth.
grade. Yeah, my sister was in ninth, so in tenth grade, me and my sister were together, and that was tough. Being in the same class as my sister, she would leave me at the house if I didn't wake up for school.
Yeah.
It was yeah, it was just it was very different because in America, we could get on the bus, go to the bus stop, get on the bus, get to school. If I missed the bus, I'd either walk to school or my mom or dad would drop me. But over here it was different. Like the driver would take us to school. It's very different, very different lifestyle.
Interesting, interesting. Yeah, my parents. I'm first generation. My parents are from Haiti, and in the summer times, I would go back there to like hang out with the family and stuff, and similarly, I would see like we go back to Haiti, and there's maids and there's cooks and there's live animals being cooked in front of you, and
Yep.
and there's all these different experiences where you're like, holy crap, like this is not like America, where America it's like do for yourself all day long.
Yep.
Um, it's a very individualistic culture in America where like everybody to themselves and do for themselves, which has positive and negative effects because being from a family of immigrants, immigrant or third world nation could be very communal, where like family is very important.
Yep.
Family is heightened, and even down to like you mentioned, your mother and father, where I assume it was an arranged marriage. I
Yeah.
assume. So even down to that, it's a different lifestyle, different culture, and you could be taken aback by it if you're an American. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. I do wonder though, like what was the 15-year-old mind state of a schmoon, being told we're leaving? Like was there like hysteria? Was there like
I mean,
uh
to be honest, it didn't hit me because when we were kids, it was just so different, and I was just excited, kind of, and thinking that yeah, we're gonna go. And I mean, we would go to Pakistan every year. I remember every summer we'd go to Manchester because my mom's sister lives there. We'd go to
mm,
Manchester and we'd go to Pakistan. We'd stop at Manchester, and then from there we'd go to Pakistan, and from Pakistan we'd come back to New York, and we'd go every year. And it's not like it was a shock, but when you're going to a country on vacation and when you're going to a country to live, it's two different things.
oh yeah, yeah.
It's not the same.
Wow, yeah, yeah, you're right, you're right. Once you're settling, once you're being told this ain't no
Yeah,
vacation, you're settling.
yeah, you're settling. So settling down. I remember I met my biology teacher the other day. Uh, like she, like the women over here do this. On this like monthly lunch thing, and somehow my biology teacher was there, my mom was there, and she figured out that she's my mom, and they got talking, so she invited me to the school carnival, and I met all my old teachers. And you know she reminded me, she was like, that you were always in resentment of Pakistan, you never liked it, this and
Really?
that. Yeah, and I never did, in essays and everything from my English teacher. I remember I would always write, that I don't like Pakistan, this and that. And
You were
in the
pissed.
end, Yeah, yo, I was pissed and I wanted to go back because I remember I was about to get my license and
Right,
you
right.
know, I was gonna get my working papers, I would have started, a part-time job or something, start getting some money, and start living life. But it was like that time I moved out, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've grown. I'm used to it now, and yeah,
Where do you think life would have taken you if you stayed in the States?
To be honest, if I was in the States, to be honest, I think I would have been better off in a way that I would have started working earlier. And
How so?
because I still remember from the guidance counselor, I got the working papers and I was supposed to get them signed from my dad.
Hmm.
And I don't remember why he never signed them. And when I came to Pakistan, uh, I guess I mean I didn't have to work even when I was going to college. I didn't need to work. You could say living the lazy lifestyle, just doing nothing, just going to college, hanging around, whatever, just driving around. And I started working really late because there was no need to work actually.
Mm,
There was no responsibility on me. Like in America, of course, I'd want to have my own car. I'd want to move out because that's how it is in the States. Like, when you're 18, you move out, go wherever you want to go. If I went to college, I don't know, maybe I would have went to Florida, maybe I would have went to Cali, or maybe Texas. I don't know, wherever I would have gotten in.
right, right,
And over here it's different because my college was just like what, 15-minute drive from the crib,
right, right,
and I would just go and come back. And definitely I started working late. Better late than never, but I started
right.
working late. And then I got married.
I didn't know you're married, bro. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've been married for 15 years.
It's funny. Tomorrow is
Yeah, you were telling me.
my
How many
13,
years?
13 years tomorrow.
Oh,
Wow,
wow.
15
Yeah,
years. Okay,
yeah,
we'll get
15
into
years.
that. But okay, 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 okay. Yeah, maybe I would imagine, in an alternate universe, in an alternate dimension, if you stayed in New York, if you stayed in Rockland or greater New York metropolitan area, you could have been like, just exploring yourself as far as, finding out, who you are through
Yep.
college, through traveling. But let me tell you, bro, I don't know how it is financially in Pakistan, but let me tell you, it is a almost a trap to go to school, go to higher education school here in the States. What I mean by that is, dude, it's like these student loans and
Yeah,
and
I know, I
and,
know.
and
It's a
it,
lot.
it's like a trap. It's like a
It is.
financial
It
trap.
is 100% a trap, and you just get stuck, and you're just in debt
Yeah,
throughout. I mean, if you misuse a credit card out there,
yeah,
like I remember, I didn't know about having a credit score or anything, and I remember I went to T-Mobile to get a cell phone when I came on vacation,
yeah.
and the dude went. He was like, "I'm gonna do a credit check." I was like, "All right, I go, do what you got to do." And I was like, "Yo, I need a couple of cell phones I want to get for me and my wife." And he was like, "We can't give it to you." And I was like, what are you talking about?" And I remember then I paid cash because I was like, if I can get it on installments or whatever, the plan, the deal, whatever you would get out there.
Right.
And I was like, I'll be able to use that cell phone in Pakistan as well because cell phones are very expensive here.
Really?
So yeah, yeah. Luxury items are very expensive. I think the iPhone, if you wanted to buy an iPhone today over here, it would cost you around uh maybe
How,
around $2,500, $2,600.
really?
Yeah,
Really? Jesus.
yeah,
I
yeah,
wonder
very
why.
expensive.
I wonder,
You have to pay this tax on top of the phone's price. And
man.
even cars are very expensive here. Cars, I mean, I love cars, and one reason why I wish I was in America uh, is that I'd be able to enjoy my passion of cars. Cars are very limited here, and there's like 380% custom duty on top of the car's price.
Oh, wow.
So if you wanted to buy let's say a Lamborghini here, let's say if it's $200,000, you'd have to pay 400% on top of the $200,000. So the car would cost you around almost $1 million.
400% potentially on top of the cost.
Yes, yes.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
it's like for example, I have a 2018 M5. So in America, you probably get it for like 50, $60,000,
Hmm.
but over here I paid around $165,000 for
Oh
that
my
car.
God, bro.
Yeah, and there's no loans, there's no lease. It's all cash.
All cash.
All cash. Even the houses, it's all cash. You can't get a mortgage out here, nothing. It's all cash.
Why is that?
I have no idea, to be honest.
Wow. Interesting.
So it's different. I mean, luxury items are expensive here, but everything else, if anything is local, it's
It's re-
cheap.
it's reasonable. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember years ago you were telling me how like because alcohol is alcohol that the certain items are on the black market. So
yeah,
I think one time you were telling me how like Heineken, like a case of Heineken's like way more
yeah,
expensive
yeah.
out there.
Yeah. I mean, Corona, a case of Corona with 24 bottles would cost around how much? $300.
A case of Corona can potentially cost you
Not
around.
potentially, it actually will cost you $300
Oh
for
my!
24 bottles.
Where does one out there go to purchase like
You can't
beer?
purchase them. You have bootleggers, and you just drop them a message and be like, "This is what I want." I mean, he'll tell you what's available, and whatever's available, you'd be like, "All right, I want this," and then he'll come and drop it off to your house, and you pay him.
Wow, wow. So like let's say you're fresh out of high school, you're fresh out of high school in Pakistan, and you want to like you and your buddies want to have like a party or a rager or something. How are you partying as a young adolescent in Pakistan? What is a leisure slash party atmosphere like out there then?
Uh, Now, all right. There is an alcohol factory here. It's called Murray Bury. Uh, Now they do sell beer, vodka, whiskey, gin. Now they sell them only at the five-star hotels over here.
Really?
Now, yeah, now it's really different. I guess it's like I don't know how to say it. Basically, you could only Christians, legally only Christians are allowed to buy them. Christians have to get a permit and they can go to the hotel bar and purchase alcohol and they can carry it. Now, being a Muslim, you're not allowed to.
Right, right.
But like
Why
for example,
is it considered haram or something?
yeah, yeah, it's haram.
All
Yeah,
right.
alcohol is haram.
All right.
So what we did, we just drive up to the hotel, and a guy who is Christian and who has the permit would come up to the car, and he'd be like, "All right, what do you want?" We'd be like, "All right, for example, we want 5 beers." So what happened is that if the beer would cost, let's say, 300 rupees, he'd keep 150 or 200 on top per can, and
Mm,
he'd go get the beers and he'd give it to us and we pay him the cash and then we'd just be out. And I still remember what would happen is the cops would be parked outside the
mm,
hotel. So once you're exiting, the dude who would give you the beers would be like to the cops, these kids are in this car, this number, pull them over. So that once we leave, the cops would pull us over and they'd check the car and they'd see that we have alcohol.
mm,
And then, they'd be like, I know we're gonna take you to jail, this and that. But then,
mm.
we just pay them off. We, pay them off like 500 rupees. And I
Wow.
think at that time, $1 was like 70 rupees.
Wow.
But
Wow.
now $1 is 283 rupees.
Really?
Yeah, so it's
The exchange is better.
no, no, it's actually worse
I mean,
now.
worse. I mean, worse. I mean, worse.
Yeah.
Jesus. Mind you, I was going to ask you to be silly. I was like, how, let's say you go to a hotel and you're a man, you're a Muslim kid or whatever. How do you how like can you fake it that you're Christian? Like, can you just wear a cross and be like, dude, I'm
No,
Christian?
I mean, like
How do
today,
they?
even if you went to the hotel, you could just walk up and get it, regardless if you're a Muslim or. But that alcohol is like it's cheap alcohol. It's low quality alcohol, I
Low
guess you could
quality.
say. Yeah, but if you
Ah,
wanted to get the good stuff, like it's pretty expensive. Like a bottle of Jack would run you maybe I think around A bottle of Jack would run you around $90.
Wow,
Yeah. And now
dude.
once you get that bottle of Jack, because there's a lot of fake out there. You know, you got to make sure your bootlegger is legit. And I know a lot of people out here because Jack has a specific smell and taste,
Sure, sure.
and they just refill it with some other type of liquor. They repack it and they sell it.
Wow, wow, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem with black market. Once you get into
Yep.
the black market, people are gonna like try to fake it on you, and
100%.
oh man, it's terrible. I mean, but like, so like, let's say it's a night out in town. You know, you have a night out on the town with your boys, and it's like you're like, you're young, late teens, early 20s, and you have liquor in the car. Like, is it like a tense situation driving in the car with liquor? Like, are you?
No, not at all. I mean, not at all, man. Even if you got pulled over, you just pay off the cops.
Ah man. Also, so it's that transactional culturally where it's like, all right, let's just pay the cops off,
Yeah, because
and then it's
they're gonna want the money themselves. They're gonna come up to you. They'll be like, yo, what's up, brother? Hook me up. I'm your brother. I know, you got caught, this and that, blah blah blah, and you just pay them off. Like I remember, I've been to the police station a lot of times for having tints on the windows, and uh, every time I just pay them off.
I hear
Even the
that.
other day, I went to Islamabad to the capital with my dad, and when you enter different a different city, there's a checkpoint. So the dude was like, you got tints on the car. I was like, yo, they're from the factory, and he was like, no, it's not. I could tell. I'm putting my nail on the window, and I can see it's paper. I'm like,
Mm,
oh, I didn't know, and he was like, where you guys going? This, and my dad was with me, and my dad just put like, I don't know, he had some 500 or 1,000 rupees, and he just shook his hand, gave him the 500 or 1,000, and we just dipped.
wow,
And this is just like what 2 weeks ago.
wow.
Yeah.
So it's that the culture out there on the street. It can be that transactional at times. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you have power,
If you have
if you have
power.
money,
Yeah.
uh, to be honest, nobody can stop you.
Wow. Wow. Is
Yeah.
there is there and I'm sure you could speak to this as someone who moved back there in your teens with your parents. Is there a difference in being embraced or being acknowledged when if you're coming from America, from the States?
Ah, oh, out here, I remember they would call you ABC, meaning American born, confused, desi.
American born could what?
Confused, desi. Desi would be like somebody who's Indian or Pakistani. So that's what people would call me. They'd be like, he's ABCD, American born, confused, desi.
Dissy. I got a Dissy. What's Dissy? What's Dissy?
Desi would be what you would call somebody who is from India or Pakistan.
India,
I mean
Pakistan.
that's the best definition I could give
Yeah,
you.
Dissy. ABCD. Okay, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how they would identify you. And was that a negative connotation or was that just
Yeah, it was negative. You could say it was negative.
interesting? Interesting. So
Yeah.
so was it hard for you at that time? Well, you did mention how you being more so gravitate towards kids who were like from America, like the Texas kid. Was it that hard to like connect with locals? As a kid.
No, not really, because the school where I went, everybody spoke English, and they spoke pretty goddamn good English,
Right, right,
and it was good. I was a captain of the basketball team, for like 2 years. I took the team undefeated because I'm tall.
nice.
Fazan was
Yeah, yeah.
tall, and they
Right,
would just call us the Twin Towers, and we just go school to school, just ripping everybody, because
right. Wow.
I was so tall, like nobody could get the ball from me.
Right,
It was
right,
just
right, right,
impossible.
right.
And plus, nobody played basketball to that level. Like I wasn't good, but whatever I played in America was
It's
better than
serviceable.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty good out here.
Right, right, right. In comparison, it's
Yeah.
funny. It's funny, and I say funny. I say that loosely, but it's interesting because you mentioned the nickname Twin Towers. So you weren't around. You were already gone in 01,
Yeah,
2001.
I
You
was
were already
gone.
gone.
Yeah, I
So you missed. 'Cause, a lot of my friends who were still here, who are of either South Asian, Middle Eastern descent, um, any and all in between. A lot of my friends of that persuasion went through hell and the coming years, coming months and years after 9/11. Here in the states, there was a lot of ostracization,
Yep.
a lot of bigotry, a lot of just like hateful spirits after 9/11, a lot of ignorance, a lot
Yep.
of ignorance. And I saw it even like, and not, by the way, it could be whether you were Sikh, whether you were a Christian Arabic person, whether you were Muslim, all in between. People were getting just hammered with just
Yep.
ignorance, off of just like just ignorance. I want to ask you, back home, what was the mood and temperament in those coming years after 9/11? Like, because soon after, 04, 05, 03, the government, our U.S. government, we were in Iraq, which is of course a different country, of course, but we were just all out propaganda against
Yeah.
certain sects of people. Did you feel any repercussions?
To
Um,
be honest, I could speak for my mom, dad, and my sisters. We personally haven't ever experienced anything like that.
good,
But
good.
whenever I would come and I would land at JFK, they'd always send me to secondary screening, and
Really?
they'd always ask me the same questions. What does your dad do? Why are you here? And he would know about like Lahore. He would know about the area, like where I live and everything. Like that dude was up to date. And every time, and there came a time I would tell my dad, I'm like, yo, what's good, what's good. I mean, he talked to his lawyer and this and that. And I think the last two times I came, they did not send me to secondary, and I was like, yo, I just scanned my passport and I just walked straight to baggage claim.
Right, right, right.
Otherwise, they'd pull me over for like an hour. I'd have to sit down and wait. They'd ask me 21 questions, and it's just a
Mind you,
hassle every time.
mind you, traveling in general sucks. You know, traveling in general
Oh,
is
of course.
like when I say traveling, I don't mean the experience of seeing new lands or seeing other places, but like the physical of like going on a plane, going through baggage claim, going through TSA.
I
You
think
know,
it's in the States, to be honest, because when I go to other countries like to Europe, to Dubai, to Qatar, like it's not a problem.
really,
But
it's
whenever I
smoother.
yeah, it's way smoother, man. But it's just in the States, man. And then traveling domestically, uh, I mean, I remember I traveled from New York to Florida, and it was a pain, man. It was a bitch.
Oh man,
I was like, to be honest, I'd rather just drive it. I'd rather take that day drive than take that fucking flight.
I feel you. I mean, bro, 3 weeks ago, yeah, 3 weeks ago, I went to my cousin's 50th birthday party in Atlanta, and I had just been there last year as well. So, you know, I had just flown recently in the last few years a few times, and I can't stand flying in the states. It's a hassle, and God forbid you're flying from like America to like the islands, or from America to overseas, or vice versa. Just TSA and going
Yeah,
through. It's just terrible. It's just it's just terrible. And so I'm looking at it from that lens, where it's like not only does traveling suck in the states, but now because of just quote unquote screening, random
yeah,
screening, or bigotry, like if you will. Now on top of that, you gotta wait an extra hour to be asked all these random ass questions, and it's just
yep.
like so. And I've heard that before, and I feel terrible when I hear those stories. But my thing is like, can't they see that you are actually a U.S. citizen and originally and
Yeah, I mean, like, I have no idea. Like, I remember telling the dude, I was like, yo, you know where I live in Lahore. You know what type of area it is. So can't you like deduce what type of person I am? Like, do you think he would ask me, do you have anything to do with any organization or anything? I'm like, yo, do I look
no,
like a
really?
person? Yeah, I swear to God. I'm like, yo, do I look like a person? And obviously, when I tell them, you know what my dad does, this and that, but they already do everything.
Right, right,
And again, they're just asking me the same questions again and again. And I guess like the fourth, fifth time, like it was just like, I just sit down. I was like, I already know what you're gonna ask me. I was like, yo, just shoot, because I got people outside waiting for me. Because in the end, whoever's coming to pick me up from the airport, he's got to wait like 2 hours extra for me to come out,
right.
and and then we're gonna leave the airport,
Wow,
and it's just a waste of time.
wow, wow, wow,
But
wow. Yeah,
it's different in Pakistan though, like the airport scene over here because like how can I explain it? Like when I travel, like I have a guy at the airport. He'll already get my boarding card and everything before I even get to the airport. So I just go like an hour before, and he
Hmm.
takes me through immigration and everything, cuts all the lines, and just drops me straight into the lounge, and I just get on the plane.
Nice.
So it's totally different
What's
out
what's
here.
what's the flight time from Pakistan to the States? Pakistan to New York, for instance. What's
Uh, we'd if I was to go on Qatar Emirates, so from Qatar and Emirates, it's a 14-hour flight,
oof,
and
oof.
from Pakistan to Dubai or to Qatar, it would be like what, 3.5 hours?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, so
Oh
it's a long ass flight, and being
man.
6'5", it's very difficult to fly,
Yeah, I
man.
would say. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I would imagine just for your size, for your height,
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass to begin with. Man,
yeah.
well, I mean, I've heard this, and I haven't flown to Dubai yet. I haven't flown, but I've heard, depending on the airline, whether it's United Emirates or whatever, I've heard their planes are way more comfortable.
Oh,
Or
yeah, yeah, of course, of course.
I've heard
I
this.
mean, if you could fly business, it's very comfortable. It's very good. It's a whole experience. Like Qatar, I think is way better than Emirates. Their service,
Oh yeah,
they're like they're on your ass. Yo, what do you want to eat? When do you want to eat? They're always on you. Like, what could I get you? This and that, and it's like you cannot tell that you're flying for that long.
wow, really
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's pricey, but it's comfortable as hell. Like you
comfortable. Yeah,
cannot tell. You cannot tell that you're in a 14-hour long haul flight.
mind you, in Delta, you have a tight seat and some peanuts.
Yeah, I remember once. I didn't know about the airlines in America, and I took Spirit once,
Oh my God,
and
bro!
oh, I didn't know that you'd have to pay for everything, like your bag, for water, for this. I was like, yo, I might as well just cop a different ticket. And that was the first and last time I flew Spirit. And I was like, yo, I think last now I went on Continental, I think, or Delta, I don't remember. Then it was better. But Spirit was, oh,
Bro,
I don't even want
spirit. They damn near make you fly the plane yourself.
to. Yeah, oh my God. Like,
I
yo,
would never recommend Spirit. I mean, it's cheap for a reason, you know.
yeah, I just saw the ticket price and I was like, all right, whatever, I'll just get this. But little did I know that I have to pay for my bag. And now, obviously, if I'm landing in JFK and I gotta go someplace else, I'm gonna take my stuff with me. And you're not allowed to take a bag. You gotta pay like 50, $60 on top,
Oh
and
yeah,
it's like $100 ticket, $120 ticket. And like to be, I personally just drive it. But obviously, the wife doesn't want to, sit in the car for that long because she's
right, right.
not used to long drives like that.
Yeah, bro. I just flew Frontier, and let me tell you, bro, Frontier is it's like only like a one notch above Spirit, but still
Hmm.
like no Wi-Fi. You got to pay for snacks, and like you better download any content you want for the flight because
Yeah, pre-hand.
yeah,
I mean,
prehands.
in the end, they're running a business,
Yeah,
and they're out there to make money. They're not out there to make sure that we're doing good. They can care less about us.
exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting. You mentioned your wife when you've been married for 15 years. When you come with her to the states, or if you ever brought her to the states, does she feel a culture shock? Does she feel it?
No, she actually she likes the states.
No kidding. No kidding.
Yeah, she likes it a lot. She loves Mexican food.
Ah,
Uh,
okay.
yeah. What you call? Yeah, she likes it. She just came back from Miami a couple of months ago. She went out there to because I got her the green card because her being my wife, she can get the green card, and so she needs to enter the states every year. Like technically, she's gotta live there, but obviously, she just goes there for 2 weeks,
Right.
stamps her passport, and then just comes back out.
Oh, to keep the green card active.
Yeah, to keep the green card active.
Awesome. So she's kind of by now she's kind of like somewhat well versed in the states culturally, what the states is
Yeah,
about.
yeah, of course, of
Food.
course, of course.
Interesting. She has no inquiries or yearns to like ever like try to live here in the states or
She, I mean, to be honest, she would not, she wouldn't mind moving out there. But to be honest, I'm so used to the lifestyle here now. Uh, to be honest, I don't want to go back.
really.
Yeah,
And
I
why
mean,
is
like,
that?
I mean, now I've set up businesses. I've set up a system. I've made a name for myself. I've made my contacts now. And now, if I was to go back to the states, I'd have to start from scratch.
Oof, you would, huh?
And I'm not trying to start from scratch now.
I hear that.
I mean, and to be honest, I, I mean, I guess you could say I'm used to the lazy lifestyle now.
The more laid back lifestyle.
Yeah.
Because
Uh, you,
your work is in IT, right? What's your work in?
for example, the outsourcing work I do is basically we dispatch trucks in the U.S.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I have a staff around 50 people, and I have a team who call truck drivers on the regular,
Mm,
trying to get them to work with us. And then I have dispatchers who actually build a relationship and get the truck drivers loads from the load boards or from the broker or for whatever.
interesting. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like that, I'm actually earning dollars sitting in Pakistan.
No kidding,
Yeah.
man.
So
The
then the
good.
then the exchange rate is good too.
Oh, hell yeah.
So yeah.
Honestly, so you're making boku money. You're good.
Yeah.
You're good then.
Yeah,
Oh man,
it's
yeah,
all right.
I hear
Comes with
that.
its problems, but yeah.
I can imagine. I can imagine. But yeah, to your point, you're making good money back at home. You get to get the exchange rate, so you get to recoup extra money, and there's no need for you to get back to this hustle and grind of America,
Yeah, of
where
course not.
it's more stress than it is leisure, for sure.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's just more stress. And to be honest, like in Pakistan, when I go out when I'm driving, I drive as I please. If I get a ticket for, let's say, over speeding on the highway, it's what, 2,500 rupees, which comes out to what? 2,500. It comes out to, damn, what's up with my fingers? 2,500 divided by 283.
No, not
It's
bro.
eight $9 ticket.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
dude! I drove to Canada in September. I drove from New York to Montreal, and close to the border, I guess the road just got kind of. There was a hill I didn't recognize,
Hmm.
and my
And you had a cop up ahead.
oh, you know it, bro. And
Yeah. Probably on
uh,
287, right?
it was like, yeah, I guess so, but it was like further down the line, like close to the border almost, but
Uh
like
huh.
but still in New York State. And I remember like that ticket turned out to be like a $300 ticket. Like it's like Jesus,
Yeah.
it's money, man. It's money. In fact, you mentioned your tints. I remember one time, like maybe 20 years ago, I was driving and I had like a loud muffler. I had dark tints, and my inspection was like a day late. And so I remember a cop pulled me over that night, and it was on Main Street, Spring Valley, and on 45. And the dude hit me with like a three tickets in one night, like back to back to back, and it was like almost like $500. But thankfully, I took care of it all, so the judge threw it out. He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it, you good."
Yeah, because
Uh,
out there they're just out there to get that money. That's it,
oh
man.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like over here, you don't need to get insurance for your car to drive it.
No kidding.
No, no, not at all. You don't need insurance. You just buy the car. People even drive cars without number plates out here.
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Damn
So
it!
it's very different, and it's to be honest, I'm comfortable.
I
You
can
know.
see that. I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. But back to what I was saying, like so you're saying that because of naturally because of who you are, your family, and just the way things ran its course, you didn't really feel the tension of a post 9/11 world back home. You didn't feel that tension per se directly.
No, not really. I
Not
mean,
really.
even when I came out there, like obviously, you see the news, what's going on,
Yeah.
the profiling and everything,
Yeah.
but like to be honest, firsthand, I didn't experience anything.
It's funny. Speaking of profiling, right now I have a very serviceable beard. Like my beard's pretty long, so whenever
Hmm.
I grow my beard out, I like if I wear like a hat or a kufi,
Uh-huh.
all like all my Arabic Muslim brothers will pull up on me and and start speaking to me in Arabic, and I'm like, no, 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 I'm not Muslim. I'm not, but it's funny because it's just we all naturally as a society, we see somebody we profile, but obviously in this situation from 20 years ago, 25 years ago, it was dark profiling, it was bad profiling.
Yeah,
So things were tough here for all my American raised Arabic folks. So I always have that in my mind as far as like have to make sure people are treated with respect and not just written off as something because they look a certain way. So
yeah,
I'm glad you didn't experience that per se firsthand. I'm glad because dealing with TSA is enough. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, man, you said you've been married 15 years. Was that a marriage that you naturally met, or was it an arranged situation?
like you could say it was a semi-arranged marriage.
Why semi-arranged? What does that mean for you?
Semi-arranged, you would say it's because now out here it's a little different. Like when it was time for me to get married, now you got these matchmaking ladies who matchmake families. So you tell them your requirement, what type of girl do you want, this and that, blah blah blah, and then they hook you up. Like the mom would talk to the mom, and then they share pictures. And but for me, I got to talk to my wife. I got to meet her. So that's why I'm saying it's semi-arranged. So we
Mm,
got to chit chat, we got to talk, get to know each other, and she loved New York that time. I remember the first time when I saw her Facebook, like the list of things, like her favorite things, like favorite place was New York, favorite food was pizza.
mm.
Uh, she loved Gossip Girl, you know. So everything was like, kind of like New York related. And I told my mom, I was like, she's good, and she told her mom that he's good. And then we got engaged. We were engaged for a year, and then we got married.
Interesting, interesting. Would so,
Yeah.
so in theory, would you have been able to say, "Nah, mom, I'm okay, not this girl"? Like, was that
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah. I mean, but to be honest, out of all my boys, I've always wanted to get married. Like I just
really?
wanted to, yeah, I wanted to settle down. Like I wasn't that type of guy who would just want to, linger it on. I just wanted to, get it done and out of the way and move on.
And why is that?
I have no idea. It's just that's just how my thought process was. Uh, and I think I think I was engaged in college, and I think the second last year I got engaged, and I didn't even finish college to be honest.
No, no kidding.
Yeah, I quit the last semester, and I was like, yo, it's just not for me. And yeah, I did a bachelor's in business, and yeah, the last semester, 6 subjects, I just left it. I was like, yo, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't wake up in the morning, you know, can't do none of that. I
Yeah,
guess it wasn't for me.
I hear you. I hear you. I mean, listen, school. They try to sell you when you're younger that like school's important. School is important, but
Yeah, 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 it is important,
school
but
is
not to the extent they push it.
oh yeah, that's to the extent they push it, but they try to give you this glory or glamorous idea about school where really school can be a nightmare. School can be stressful as hell.
Yeah.
School can be sometimes feeling like unnecessary. Sometimes you're in class like, why am I here? Why am I learning this? This is not necessarily
I mean,
important for me.
school is good. Like college, like I
Yeah,
mean, I get it. Like college, if I was in America, it would be different because college out there is a whole experience. College out here was totally different. Like I think what we had, like I remember a college parking lot. I think what total of what 20 cars maximum.
really.
So it was small. It's nothing like the colleges out there.
Right,
But
right, right.
I guess maybe that's the reason why I was just never interested. I'm sure if I went to like NYU or anywhere, even if I went to RCC,
Yeah,
worst case, I mean, it would still be better than where I went.
really, really. That was that
Yeah,
different, huh? Interesting.
yeah, it's different. One
Interesting.
class, like the other class is like what 20 steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. I never did the quintessential uh uh college as far as like dorming and going away. I did RCC, which is AKA 13th grade. I did that, and then
Hmm.
after that, I took some time off because I got my associate's degree, and I took some
Hmm.
I took some time off. One, because I was just trying to figure out what I want to do in my life, and then later on, my mom, she's fine now, but my mom had a brain tumor, so like,
Oh wow.
so she had health issues, so I was helping her out. Me and my dad, my sister, we were helping her out, holding her down, and then it took a long time for me to go back and finish. I never really go back to like 2017, 2016, well, 2017 really. And then right now, this upcoming semester in January, I'm going to finish my master's. I teach currently. I teach special ed,
Yeah, you
but
told me.
yeah, but I'm going to finish my master's after this upcoming spring semester. But yeah, it took a long time for me to get back into the rhythm of things. And like I said, I didn't have the oh, I'm going away for 4 years. I'm going to dorm. I'm going to have dorm parties and wild out and have fun. I didn't really have that. It was more like commuting. It was more like just like it was more of a nuisance,
Yeah,
and I so
but I personally think like uh the parties and all that stuff. I mean, it's good, of course, but in my opinion, I think you know if I wasn't a part of it that much, which
right,
actually saved me and made me more of a professional person in life.
right, right,
Because in the end, you know, I mean, it's unfortunate that if you got money, you're good. If you don't have money, then life's just really difficult. So
right,
in the end, you got to be able to hustle. You got to be able to make money, and if you're professional and you're a hard worker, I mean, I think you can make it anywhere.
right. To your point, back to marriage. To your point, I can almost sympathize or empathize with you because I got, like I said, tomorrow's my 13th year anniversary, and I can honestly say I also did not. I mean, I dated when I was in my early 20s, late teens. I did date, sure, and I did have one or two girlfriends prior. Well, serious relationships prior, I would say, to my marriage.
Hmm.
But to your point, I never was the type of person that yearned to be outside going crazy, you know,
Yeah.
hooking up with random people. I was always more like, I don't mind getting married young, and I don't mind finding a mate to be with early because I feel like I thought back then, and maybe I still feel this way now, that the sooner you find a mate is the sooner you can start your new life. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And
100%.
and and I don't know how it is right now in Pakistan, but let me tell you, right now in the States, we're in a certain era where like a lot of people are not getting married, or a lot of people are not dating as much, and it's a financial strain on people. It's a life strain on people. It's just like a situation where like people are more, how would I say, they're more. I don't want to use the word confused, but they're more lost, or just like scrambling, where like maybe if you're married early in life, you have an idea of, okay, this is what I have a system. I have a shared life goal with somebody, and we have plans, and we have a journey that we're already making plans for. Where if you're on your own, single, running around, you potentially are just like living life with no necessarily plans for a future, and that could be scary.
Yeah.
So, to your point, I felt comforted by marriage. I felt comforted by finding a partner early in life, and and working with them. So I never minded being one of the guys in my crew who was married early. I got a lot of shit for it growing up. You know,
Yeah.
when I got married, bro, a lot of dudes were like, "Word already? Like really? Like
Yeah. I was the first one myself. I
yeah."
was the first one. Yeah.
Did you get shit for it, or
Oh, of course, of course, of course. No, but my wife is really understanding, so it didn't really make a difference. I still get to chill. I still get to do whatever I want. I still get to play Warzone whenever I want. I mean, like, there's no restriction, you
right,
know?
right,
So, some people get married and, they get bound, you
right,
know?
right, right. Damn, you just said Warzone, and it's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because a lot of my boys, they play Call of Duty, and they're like,
Yeah.
bro, you should hop on. And the problem with me is, back in like springtime, I want to say March or April, I sold my PS5. I sold it. I was like, I'm not using it as much, and I'm only playing like 2K, the basketball game. I, I,
Uh
I
huh.
was I wasn't really playing Call of Duty as much in the last few years because maybe like in '07, '06, '07, '08, I was playing Call of Duty a lot, Modern Warfare. But Modern Warfare was a game I tolerated, even though I historically never liked first person shooters.
Hmm.
I historically never liked first person shooters. I was always a third person shooter, if that, So I never really cared for it. But Modern Warfare was, a classic game in the late 2000s. So I had that. But in the last few years, my boys were like, "Yo, you need to get on Warzone. You need to get on Call of Duty." And I was like, oh, "Okay," but it never took to me. And then so I sold my PS5 early this year, and then now I'm like having like FOMO. I'm having like
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, like all my boys are on it, and they're like, bro, it's mad fun. And
Yeah.
so I might re up in the new year, but I was gonna wait. That's my daughter in the
I think you
background.
should wait. No, no, you're good. I think you should wait for PS6 when it comes out.
Yeah, that I'm waiting for, and
Yeah.
also I was like, all right, 'cause, up until a year ago or a few months ago, I was being led to believe that in the fall GTA 6 is coming out. So I was saying to
Yes,
myself,
sir.
I was like, all right, let me wait till GTA 6, but then they pushed it back this spring, and then
Yeah.
now I heard it's being pushed back till next fall. So I'm like, God, dude, if that's the case, I'll just wait a little longer now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm
Yo, I'm
really,
waiting for GTA 6 myself. I already told the wife, I was like, I'm gonna take a week off work. You know, I'm
yeah.
for one week I'm booked. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be booked.
yeah, this is a holiday for me. It's like you might not
One
see me.
hundred percent.
You might not see me till Ramadan, all right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yes,
like
sir.
I feel you on that. So I'm kind of waiting for GTA 6. Once GTA 6 is really coming back, then yeah, I'll go for it. I mean, listen, I grew up a gamer like you, of course. So like in the last few years, the last few months, I miss like going online and playing Red Dead Redemption 2, which
Yeah.
that was my game for a long time. So I missed that. But other than that, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait it out. I'm gonna wait it out. But
You wanna know something funny about Red Dead Redemption? You know how you could play poker?
all day long I play poker, bro.
Yeah, but in Pakistan, we couldn't play poker on Red Dead.
What?
Yeah, to tell me that's not crazy.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa, whoa! Hold on. Let me set the table for people who don't know Red Dead Redemption. Red Dead Redemption 2, in my opinion, Shmuel, I don't know how you feel, Shmuel, but in my opinion, I'll personalize it. In my life, it's probably one of the top 5 games I've ever enjoyed,
Oh,
ever.
100%.
I damn near say, and mind you, I understand GTA 5 has had a great life as far as it's been 12 years and it's still rocking and rolling.
Yeah.
The online stuff is still rocking and rolling, and people still make use of it, and I get that, and I appreciate the longevity of GTA because of the online experience, no doubt, no doubt. I give it up, but in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption 2 is, in my opinion, my favorite Rockstar game. And also, it's like I said, one of the top 5 gaming experiences I've ever had. I'm including Mario, I'm including GoldenEye, I'm including, I'm including Tekken, I'm including Mortal Kombat, I'm including all the classics. I would say I'm including Shenmue on Dreamcast. You name it. I've been around the block, bro. I've owned almost any gaming system growing up. The only gaming system I never had, for sure, was probably GameCube and Neo Geo. Outside of that, you know what I mean? I was a gamer growing up, so I would say that Red Dead Redemption 2, I always herald that as a top 5 game in my life. And I once you beat the game and you play online for a little bit, it's fun. But I would play hours poker. You know what I'm saying? I would play hours on it. I go to a saloon. I sit down and play some poker because I grew up playing poker with my cousins naturally. Growing up, as far as like hanging out at parties with my cousins and like
Yeah.
kid poker, like we play with like coins and nickels and dimes, like not serious. And as I got to high school and late and early college, a friend of mine, we would go down to AC and we would play like for real. But I'm not a big gambler. I would just play like for like minimum money, just for the fun of it. But
Hmm.
so I enjoyed poker, in my youth. So once Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, and I realized, oh, you can play poker here. It was so addictive. I would play the poker nonstop. But you're telling me in
We
Pakistan,
didn't have that option. Yeah.
how is that possible? I don't understand.
I have no idea. I was so excited. I'm like, yo, we're all gonna sit down and play poker and have fun. But when you'd walk in the saloon, there was no option. You
They
could have a
lock.
drink at the bar. You could.
Okay.
I don't know what they did. You could have a drink at the bar. You can get drunk at the bar, but you could not rack it up.
What about blackjack? Do they allow blackjack?
Nothing. Nothing. No
No, no
gambling.
gambling.
No gambling.
Yo, that's
But I think
crazy.
that goes for the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. I think it goes for the Middle East and I guess some part of Asia.
I guess they're able to modify the game.
Yep. Depending on
Wow.
your location.
Now, I mean, we live in an era now where when it comes to certain devices, there's VPNs, there's ways,
GPS. There's
yeah,
a lot of stuff.
but I guess not for gaming, huh?
Nope. You could not. Tailgate.
Damn,
Yeah, it suck. I've never experienced playing poker on Red Dead. Never.
damn. That's one of the best experiences about playing Red Dead. After a while, it's
Yeah.
like, wow, that kind of breaks my heart hearing that.
Yeah.
That-
It
so
sucks, but it is what
so
it is.
so would you say out there is there at all a underground black market gambling community or no, not at all?
Yeah, I mean, like, I remember, I think maybe uh 7, 6, 7 years ago, my wife gifted me a poker table. So I got my bat cave or whatever you want to call it. I threw a poker table in there. I'd call the boys over. We'd rack it up every single day, and I'd play for fun, But then
Of
there
course, of
there came a
course.
time boys would be coming over to make money, you know.
Right,
And
right,
me being the house, I wouldn't take any rake. I wouldn't, I'd provide them with drinks and whatever, food,
right,
just
right.
being a good host. But then you got dudes coming out there just to make money, not paying up, and then
Oh
you
man,
know,
they
I'm not
ruin it.
trying to chase anybody for somebody else's money. And I was like, it's just not worth it. Then I sold the table. And I think last time I played poker was at my friend's house. And yeah, we just get together, we play whatever, like 10,000 buy in. 10,000 is what? Maybe like $50 buy in.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Wow, wow. It
Yeah.
really broke my heart to hear that.
Yeah.
what are some other things like little intricacies like that? Would you say that I get to experience in America that you necessarily don't get to experience in Pakistan?
Uh, let's see.
Like little things like that. Because damn, that,
Uh,
that that matters to me. Like
yeah, yeah, of course it does.
is
I
there any
mean,
is there any censorship of that kind elsewhere, like in movies or music or content?
yeah, yeah, for movies too. Like you won't see any rated R movie in the movie theaters, and even if there is like uh, some sexual scene, I guess they'll have it pre-cut already out of the roll,
Wow,
and they'll
really?
just skip it. Yeah.
Wow. So if it's like the mid 2000s and there's like a Judd Apatow explosion of like different movies like Docked Up and Wedding Crashers or Old School or like rated R movies, you might
Like
see
you
them.
won't even get that. You won't even get that. Like that's out of the question. You'd have
Really?
to, yeah, you'd have to buy the DVD. Like let's say back in the day, you'd have to buy the DVD and watch it yourself. But in the movie theaters, you will not see anything like that. Even I think kissing scenes in the beginning, they'd have them cut.
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. I mean, obviously, America is the Wild West, so you know you can do whatever you want here. There's craziness here for a reason. Um, do you how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel? Like uh, the censorship, the lack of quote unquote 110% freedoms. Like, does it bother you? Is it
Not
weird?
really. As in, I travel, so it really doesn't make a difference.
Right,
Like
right.
if for like 25 years I was just sitting in Pakistan and I never left, then it would have taken a toll on me. But I can always take a 3 hour flight to Dubai. You know, I can take a 6 hour flight to Europe, and I still get to experience whatever needs to be. And it's like I guess it takes the pressure off, you could say, more or less.
You mentioned Dubai, and in the states we grew up with Atlantic City or Las Vegas. How has Dubai's rise in the last 20 plus years? How has it affected? life, traveling, and leisure over there and overseas? Like, is it like a means to like escape and have fun? Like, what
Yeah,
has
of course, of course.
what has the emergence of Dubai been like for you guys out there,
So for
culturally?
Dubai, the first time I went to Dubai was in 2004.
Oh, really?
So
Back. Okay.
yeah, yeah, and I remember that time it was probably like 30,000 rupees for the round trip ticket, so it's cheap, a short flight, and my dad's sister lives there. So the first time I went, we hung out with them. I remember I bought an exhaust for my car, I brought it back, and now in Dubai, obviously you have bars. It's a Muslim country, but they
Hmm.
actually promote tourism, and if you want to promote tourism in a Muslim country, you have to have alcohol,
Right, right.
because obviously, you got people coming out, people want to drink. So in Dubai, it was really good for us because now when we moved to Pakistan, there was a McDonald's.
Hmm.
Subway came after a couple of years, then KFC came,
Hmm.
and the franchises were coming in slowly, slowly. But we just go out to Dubai, and you could have everything.
Mm.
Like I would literally bring back grocery from
No,
Dubai
no kidding.
because oh yeah, now in Pakistan you can get a lot of grocery now, or you can get it imported if you wanted specific stuff. Like if I wanted Krispy Kreme, there's this person there. You can order it, and it'll come from Dubai to your house.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember
Interesting.
when anybody would go to Dubai, I'd be like, "Yo, bring me back Burger King." It's a 3-hour flight. They'd bring me back two burgers from Burger King.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny. I'm also a huge boxing fan.
Hmm.
I mean, first and foremost, my growing up with my dad, and like I said, we're my mom and dad are from Haiti, so I grew up, watching football,
Hmm.
soccer in the house because of my father. So I've always had a world view as far as sports because of football. Um, but as I grew up, I also would watch boxing, world boxing, whether the states or whether the UK boxing, etc. So in the last 5-ish years, Saudi Arabia has really been
Stepped up their game.
stepped up their game as far as entertainment, as far as tourism, as
They're
far as
basically promoting tourism now.
yes,
That's the
absolutely,
thing. Yeah.
absolutely, because they want to ingratiate people for tourism. So I've watched them, open up their world and pretty much ingratiate themselves, and that's interesting.
Yeah. That was a country where nobody ever thought you'd be able to drink alcohol. That was a
Never
country
thought
where
that.
you never would thought you'd see a girl half dressed. It's a country where you never thought you'd see a rave going on.
Right.
And yeah, and now because I went to Saudi Arabia for Umrah, I think a couple years back,
What's
and
Umrah? What's Umrah?
Umrah is basically being a Muslim. It's when you go to the Khana Kaaba. That's basically the biggest and the main mosque, and it's actually like the center of the world if you checked on the map.
Right, right.
And all Muslims go there for pilgrimage and to pray. And
Is that in
so I
Mecca?
went. Yeah, that's in Mecca.
Right, right, right.
Yeah.
Okay,
So we
cool.
went there, and then from there we went to New York. But it was funny. We missed our flight.
For real.
We were just 5 minutes late, and they closed the gate, and it was a whole problem. We had
Oh
to
man.
exit the airport, and we had to buy tickets again. And
Oh,
oh, it was such a pain.
oh, oh my God. Wow.
Yeah.
So you went for Umrah, and what happened?
Yeah, it was good, it felt really good, when you see the Khana Kaaba for the first time. It's a place where uh, that you have to dress according to it, and everybody, all type of Muslims are there. They could be from Nigeria, they could be from Africa, they could be from Europe, they could be from America, they could be from India, they
Right,
could be from Australia. It's like, and everybody is just there, and it's like a really nice holy experience.
right, right,
And I was there for a short period of time though, but I'm planning to do it again soon, like properly for like 4 or 5 days.
right,
So
right.
yeah, let's see.
I read Malcolm X's autobiography, and
Hmm.
his experience when he went there. He was like he saw blonde hair, blue eyed Muslims. He
Yep.
saw all different backgrounds there, all there to uh, pray and commune and all that stuff. And I've always envisioned that it's a beautiful experience to do that. So I'm glad you had that experience. I'm glad you had that experience. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, shoot, I got sidetracked. We were talking about before. Oh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah,
yeah.
just to see the change of Saudi Arabia. I'm like, I guess they definitely felt like, all right, let's try to open up the world to us and show that we are just normal human beings like everybody else. And
Yeah, they're copying Dubai basically.
yeah, yeah,
They're doing exactly what they're doing.
they learn from Dubai. They learn from Dubai and realize there's money there. There's money in
Yep,
tourism, and I, I, I
100%.
and I think that's dope because the more we bridge cultures, the more we bridge experiences, we learn from each other, and it's good business. It's just smart
Yeah,
business, you know.
everybody's out there just to make money.
Yeah, it's all about money and it's smart money. So I respect that. I respect that. So you mentioned how back to marriage. You mentioned how it was semi arranged. You chose her, and is it a situation where you get to choose, or does she have a choice too?
Yeah, of course she has a choice.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
And what was the first like? Oh, well, you said you were engaged for a year. Was it weird? Like, is it weird? And remember, I'm coming from a place where like you have to like you have to like when it comes to dating, you have to hunt for your food. Where like you have to court somebody, you have to like
Yeah, of course.
invest time in them and see if you like them, see if you hit it off, and see if you want to move in together for like months and on end, and then maybe a year or two or three, and then you hit it off and get married. For you guys, since you kind of like were semi arranged and you guys kind of saw each other like, okay, I like her and she likes me, and let's see what happens. Was it weird connecting and figuring out what you guys are aligned with as far as commonalities? Like, what's it like to be in a semi-arranged or arranged situation as far as getting to know somebody? Is it weird? Is it normal? What's it like?
To be honest, because I've seen, because when I moved here, I've attended weddings, and the majority of them were all arranged, and
Mm,
I guess that made it easier for me to understand what I'm about to go through, and definitely she was really understanding, uh, and she's also traveled. She's been to Europe, to London,
So she's so
so
she's well
she's
versed.
yeah, yeah. So it wasn't bad, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie. But in the end, you've also been married for 13 years. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah.
personally think either if it's love or arranged or semi-arranged or whatever you want to call it, no marriage is easy. You
No,
have
you're
to
right.
compromise. You have to
Absolutely.
compromise. So, I mean, like I personally think that I'm better off with the arranged marriage than if I had done a love marriage.
I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that because at least that there's a immediate duty aspect
Yeah.
there, where maybe dare I say, sometimes free will is too confusing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and sometimes free will allows you to confuse yourself too much as far as what you think you deserve versus what's dutiful about marriage or about.
Yeah.
So I get it. I get it. Well, I'm glad, man. 15 years is a long time. God
Yes,
bless you.
sir.
God bless you, and I hope that you have 50 more years. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I respect that. I respect that. Man, I'm still tripping off the Red Dead, off the no
Red Dead.
poker. I'm
Yeah.
still, I'm still, I'm still. Do you understand, Shmoon? That was a staple for years of Red Dead. Like I'd hop on, like I get home late from work or whatever. I take care of the kids, checking on everybody. Once the lights go down, and everybody's sleeping. Let's play some poker. Let me go play some poker for like a half an hour, and then it would turn like three
Yeah.
hours, and it was it was fun. It was just addicting, but man, just I guess I am someone who's not scared by censorship. A lot of people here are in this country, in America. You hear all the time, my freedoms, my freedoms, my freedoms. They really fight for every little thing, and not just here in America, even in Europe. In Europe, in France, if a sick day is taken off your work schedule, they riot in the streets. So in the Western world, you're used to fighting for every little thing,
Everything. Yeah.
everything to show how free you are, and there's nothing wrong with that. But but I never really necessarily minded um, some censorship or some red tape, as long as it's like sensical. You know what I'm saying? But man, if they told me, all right, guys, no more poker, Red Dead, you might see me protest in the streets. Like you might see me come outside. Like, all right, enough's enough. You know. But no, I get it. You know, I get it. I get the idea that like, and not just in the Middle Eastern world. I mean, I have friends who are in China, who they tell me like there's certain apps you can't view.
Yeah, in
And
China it's really different. Like there's no WhatsApp out there. There's no what you call it. You can't tap your American Express card like that. Uh,
really,
it's
America's,
straight. Yeah, yeah.
why? I wonder why you can't use American Express like that. I wonder
No, no,
why.
I mean that you can, because I import a lot of things from China and I sell them out here or to America and to
Hmm.
Europe. But it's because I have a Chinese friend who works for this electric company in Pakistan. So
Hmm.
I learned a lot from him.
Hmm.
And they have they have WeChat. Like we have WhatsApp,
Hmm.
they have WeChat, and they want uh, they want their Chinese people to support their own app
Which
and
I'm not mad
everything.
at that.
No, but it's like that with a lot of other things. They have Alipay out there, like how we have Apple Pay.
Hmm.
They have Alipay, and like whatever the world has, they have of their own. I guess that's a
Their own.
decent way of putting it.
Yeah, I mean,
And I guess it's to centralize it.
they centralize it. Okay. I mean, I've seen like they have this amazing phone company called Huawei,
Xiaomi, Huawei.
Huawei or whatever, and
Yeah,
I see their tech. I'm like,
yeah, it's crazy.
this is pretty
Yeah, but
dope.
you don't have the Play Store on it though.
What do you mean?
If you bought a Huawei phone, you won't have a Google Play Store or Apple Store. You're gonna
Right.
have to use their own apps. So
Their own
that's the whole
apps.
reason why even in Pakistan we don't have nobody uses that phone because you
Right.
won't be able to download like I wouldn't be able to download Riverside. Yeah,
Right. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, no doubt. I definitely feel like I'd rather be more aligned with the Western world as far as tech, or not even necessarily tech, but like as far as like third party apps, stuff like that. But
yeah,
I do sometimes see some of like the Asian or Chinese in particular uh hardware and tech. I'm like, I want to see
yep.
what that's about. Like I want to even the cars. I see certain cars out there. So because
Yo, yeah,
you're a vehicle man, I see certain cars. I'm like, damn, I want to drive that. Like it
yeah. I
looks so
mean,
much more
they
advanced.
they took out this new car. It's supposed to compete with Rolls Royce, and I think it's $100,000, and you get like the same shit you get in a Rolls Royce, but it's
Jeez,
just that it's a Chinese car. That's it.
Jesus. Speaking of cars, you mentioned you're a car man. Like you being in Pakistan in the early 2000s, you missed the whole Fast and Furious run here in the states.
Yeah, I missed it. I
And,
missed it big
and,
time. But
and what I mean by that is, I don't mean just the movies. 'Cause I'm sure movies are global. What I mean by that is, dude, let me tell you, when Fast and Furious One came out in '01, dude, that summer or that following year, everyone here in the states had a spoiler on their car.
yeah,
Everyone
Underglow. Everybody had
underglow,
Underglow.
underglow.
I wasn't left behind. I had Underglow on my car too. But the difference was when I moved here, it was very rare you'd see a Mercedes or you'd see a BMW. Like Ferrari was like out of the question.
Really?
So yeah, and like now it's really different. Uh, like now you'd see cars like just recently we got our first Lamborghini Revuelto in
Really?
Pakistan. Now, if I
Really?
told you how much that car cost,
How
you
much it
would
cost?
not believe it. I think it's like I think $800,000 in America, I think.
Right.
So in Pakistan, this dude, uh, he paid. Hold on, how much did he pay? This is 16. He paid around, I think, roughly $2.5 million for that car.
Holy shit. Holy, oh
And
Jesus
that dude who
Christ.
owns it, he drives from his house to his office and office back, and his office from his house is probably not even 2 miles away.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's a car you can't even drive it all over Pakistan
You can, huh?
because not everywhere the roads are good. like in the good areas, you could drive your car in the good areas,
Right.
and
Jesus.
it's like I'm telling you, it's very like I mean we have there's only two Aventadors, so I think there are probably total not even eight Lamborghinis in the whole country.
Wow.
Like
Wow.
there are only 16 M5s in Pakistan.
Wow. 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 That
Yeah.
rare, huh?
Yeah, it's that rare.
Jesus.
But then obviously maintaining it and it's a problem because if anything goes bad, I'd have to import the part. And when
Yeah,
you
yeah.
import the part, if the part's at say $500, I have to pay custom duty on that part too. So I'm in the end, I'm probably paying $1,000 for that part.
Oh my God.
And if I wanted to come by air, like next day or 2 day air shipping, it's gonna cost an arm and a leg.
Jesus Christ. Jesus. That's the
So
and I guess that's the problem with I guess that's one of the few problems of being out there as far as
yeah,
the import pricing.
yeah,
Oh my God.
that is a problem.
Oh my God.
But other than that, like I mean, I mean, it's pretty good. Like I like
Of
it.
course, I can imagine. Yeah, you sound happy. You sound good.
Yeah,
You sound content. You sound content with where you're at, and you sound content with the idea of being out there. You made a home out there, and you definitely did well for yourself out there. I'm happy for you. You know, but you said you have siblings in the states. You have Florida and then Cali. Is it
yeah.
do you vicariously get to like learn or live through them out here, or like is it like do you get to like keep up on things with them out there out here, like, or is it's like
Not
whatever?
not that much. I mean, like they're obviously busy in their own life. I'm busy in mine. I know we get to talk, and obviously once a year, we head out there. Because usually I land at JFK,
Mm,
so usually I'm in New York or New Jersey.
right.
And so I think the last two trips we went out to Naples, went out, all the kids had fun.
Nice,
We hired a
nice,
babysitter, all of us adults, we went out, partied, chill, went for
nice.
dinner, stuff. And my sister, she just got a job in LA. So I was telling my wife that now the next time we're going to go, we'll probably land in LAX, fly
Right,
around from Japan,
right,
and
right.
hit California and, show her California. I've been to California when I was young.
Hmm.
I don't remember it. I've seen pictures, but I guess I'll get to see the West Coast too.
Yeah, man, go for it, go for it. I'm glad you still have actual people here where you have a means and a reason to keep exploring the states whenever you feel you need to, because I don't want you to, as much as you enjoy or are settled with home in Pakistan, I still want you to have a little bit of a consistent connection in the states, because I
Yeah,
don't.
that's never gonna die. To be
Yeah,
honest, I mean, like me telling you that, of course, I'm living here now, but like deep down, I can never forget it because in the end, that is my home.
right,
That is where I was born. That's where everything and who I am today. It's because of whatever I endured while I lived there.
right. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is your home. It is your initial home, and where you made a living, and I mean where you made your bones and stuff like that. You know, before we wrap things up, 'cause we're about to wrap things up. Um, I wanted to ask you, uh, 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 who do you remember or still think of or wonder about since you left the states? Are there people that in your mind that you feel like I wonder how they're doing? I wonder how they're doing,
I
or
mean, on Instagram, I don't use Facebook that much, but on Instagram, I try to, if I see somebody that I was in school with, I follow them just to see what's going on
right,
in their
right.
life. Uh, Other than that, uh, I talk to Mike Michelle on and
Oh,
off.
nice. Shout out to Mike.
Reggie passed away.
Oh man,
Uh,
he's he
you know,
he's who I'm thinking about when I asked the question. He was I was
yeah,
thinking about.
you don't know. He was that one guy. Whenever I'd come out there, yo, he would come pick me up. He would show me a good time.
No
He
kidding.
would take off. He would take off work. He would come to wherever I am. He'd pick me up. He'd take me to the city. He would get me drinks. He'd make sure I had a good time.
No
And like,
kidding.
yo, I'm not lying. Like, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes.
He was one of the real ones, man. Like, he actually put in the effort. Like every time I'd come to the states, I'd see him. You know,
No kidding.
I talked to Danny Bove. He's
Danny, what's
he's
up, Danny?
Yeah. What you call? I talked to Kevin Frazier on and off.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
You know, you
who
know,
else?
It's funny you mentioned all these people. Well, first and foremost, let me say rest in peace to Reggie Luston, to Reginald Luston. Rest in peace to you,
Yes,
brother.
sir.
Let me tell you my Reggie story. I got a few stories about Reggie, but one story in particular. Well, one before I even go into any stories, Reggie for a short time in high school, I want to say 10th grade, if not ninth grade. But in one of those years, he was living under me in my building in Spring Valley. He was living under me, him and his mother, and then and like right under me, like same complex, same.
Was that in Hillcrest?
No, it was on Union Road. It was like right by Get
Yeah.
Center. Yeah,
All right.
he had left Hillcrest and then he was living his mother and him were living under me, like I'm talking about right under my apartment. And it's like maybe ninth grade or 10th grade. And then his mother had suddenly passed away, and then he had to move out with his father, and then I don't know where they moved to, but then later on we had reconnected like post high school a few times, and then like I want to say like 2016, 15, I don't know, right before he passed away. I think he passed away in 2018. I don't remember, but right before he passed away, we had reconnected. So we were like talking every so often, and then like he had gotten married, I believe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. He got married. He met her in the DR.
in DR. He met her in DR,
Yeah.
and he got married. He brought her over, and
Yep.
he was in good spirits. He was in
Yeah.
good spirits. He was doing his
He had a
thing.
son.
He had a son, and then like I remember, like I still have the WhatsApp chat too. We were talking about something. He had sent me a funny thing, something funny he had sent me on WhatsApp, and we were joking about it. And then maybe like a few days later, like I just saw like online or something. Look, June. Oh no, yeah, he sent me something on March 8th. I still have it on March 8th, 2018. He sent me a funny YouTube clip. I'm looking at it as we speak. I still have the chat up, and we were cracking up. And then I want to say by June, I was texting him and he didn't respond. And then I had found out that he had passed away, like right around that time.
Yeah.
And that really hurt me because I was like, one, it's like, what the hell? It's like, mind you, he's a great soul, a great person, great sense of humor,
Hundred
great,
percent.
great sense of humor. And to your point, he was a gentleman. Like he would give you the shirt off his back. You know what I'm saying? He'd be one of those guys. So like I hated that. And I felt really terrible for Danny. I felt
Yeah.
terrible for Kevin. They it really it really hurt them hard. The most. And
Yeah.
as you mentioned, those gentlemen, there's someone out there that we can't find right now. We can't find
Who?
Sandler. Sandler.
Yeah.
Can't find
Oh,
Sandler.
I talked the last time I talked to Sandler was oh, before Reggie passed away.
Right before he passed away.
Before Reggie passed away, I remember I talked to Sandler, but I don't remember where I talked. Did I talk to him on Facebook? I think I don't know where, but
I don't
yeah,
know.
yo, Sandler.
He's like MIA, missing to the point where like I think his brother doesn't know where he is.
Oh wow.
I think family doesn't know where he is, which mind you gets really scary when you think about it. It's like, well, where the hell is he?
Yeah, of course.
You know what I'm saying? And you want to make sure that he's alive, and to begin with. But um, yeah, I asked you that question because I want to know like who are some people that still resonated with you all these years later.
I mean, Reggie is one person who uh, who whenever I'd come in the beginning, he would always be there. He'd pick me up, but I think everybody else went left and right. Danny moved out.
Hmm.
I talked to Danny on and off. Kevin, I talked to him. Kevin's still in what you call Spring Valley, I think, or around there. He
Yeah,
does
yeah.
his DJing.
DJ, yes, he does.
Yeah. I recently got in touch with Chris. Chris, he's still in, I think, Spring Valley.
Chris who?
Who? Uh, Chris.
Chris. I'm trying to
Chris.
remember
What?
Chris. Chris.
Uh,
Is it right?
Chris.
No,
Chris.
I forgot his last
Let
name.
me
I'm trying to. It's not Rodriguez. No, Chris.
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock. Oh yeah. Chris Rock.
Yeah.
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 Okay, cool. Okay, so a handful of people you still connect with and still keep
Yeah,
tabs
yeah,
on.
obviously, I mean, like, of course, I can never forget, like, it's different for you guys
Mhm.
because I left you guys and I'm here alone and you all are still there.
Right,
Now, so that's why I just, you know, like I can't explain how it feels when I talk to one of you guys because like, it just takes me back, you know,
right, right.
and it just even I think last time I drove past the freshman center. I don't know what school did I drive by? Like just I just drove by, just like whatever. I drove by each of the houses in New
Hmm.
Hempstead and Chestnut
Hmm.
Ridge. I showed my wife where I lived. This and that. I showed my kids where I lived, and you know,
How many kids you have?
uh, I have two boys,
Wow,
11 and 5.
wow, 11 and 5. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Do they ask you questions about the states and about your life beforehand, or?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like they both always are like, "Yo, when we going back to America?" Because they love the American dream.
Oh
They
yeah.
love going to the mall out there. The Nickelodeon whole thing that they got
Right,
inside
right,
the
right,
mall. You
right,
know,
right.
they get obviously shopping is way better out there than here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's funny, like I can't even get shoes in my size over here.
No kidding.
Yeah, my as in my clothes, everything it comes from America because
Oh
I just
wow.
don't get my size here.
Yeah, because you're an anomaly as far as your size. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You don't meet like too many 6'5" Pakistani cats. So
Yeah, I think only James Chamber was taller than me.
James Chamber. Wow, he took it back.
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm glad that you still have certain connections you still hold on to, and I think you've always been a person that was always unique and valuable in your own right. So I always made sure to keep tabs on you to make sure you were doing okay. And I'm glad to see that you landed on your feet out there and that you were able to adjust and have your own life out there. But I do sometimes wonder. I wonder if he stayed here. Oh shoot, you stopped
What
recording.
happened?
I said you had stopped recording, but
How I
well,
didn't press anything.
okay, no, you're good now. You're good. But it's all good.
Did I
Uh,
press refresh?
no, you're good. You're good. You're good.
All right.
But yeah, bro. Oh yeah, it actually did stop recording, but it's all right. It's good timing, bro. But yo, thank you so much for doing this for me, brother. Thank you.
No, man, no problem, man. The least I could do for you, man.
All right, bro.
I
Until
apologize once more time for the commitment before and not meeting up to it. That I
no
made
problem,
sure that
bro.
we had
No,
to get this done.
no, you did great, brother. You did great. You did great. Thank you so much, bro. And we'll connect, man. I'll probably upload this tomorrow, and I'll share it with you, and then you can share whoever you want out there, and well, it's
No
all
doubt.
good, bro. All right, bro. Be safe, man.
All right, my man. You
All right,
take care. Be
all right, bro.
good.